Okay, so I'm going to talk about a method that I found to slow down the audio for lip syncing so that you can slow it down and speed it up again. So slow it down while you're lip syncing, and it makes it a little bit easier to track what you're doing that way. It's not a bad idea. Okay, so I'm going to start with just the basic settings. I'm not going to go in the whole long detail about everything in the beginning. So first of all, we're leaving this whole area alone. We're not doing time stretching or any of that. I found a better way to do it. We're not going to change the frame rate. We're going to do everything inside the sequencer and the frame range. All right, and then also using the action editor to scale the keys. All right, so now the other settings you got to make sure and have is scrubbing, play audio, and sync to audio, right? So that that's all going to work. And then we're going to load up a clip here. And I have it set to 50 frames just to grab this little dialogue right there. I'm going to turn the volume down a little bit. All right, so here's what it sounds like in the normal speed. The one thing that I don't know how to do really is keep it the same pitch, but slow it down. That might take some special processing in another app, maybe.
Princess Mika, my love. Princess Mika, my love.
Okay, there you go. So it's there, a little bit of popping because I'm doing the screen capture at the same time. So so that's the basic clip. I've got it set to, like I say, 50 frames, just to grab that bit right there. And then, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to first trim it back to the 50 frames that I want. So it's all within that 50 frames. And we're not going to do anything, like I said, any to the other settings. But what we will do is go over here to the clip, the strip, and where it says show retiming keys, click on that, and it'll automatically show a key for the beginning and the end. Right, and then the next thing we want to do is add more frames. So just to keep the math simple, you could do this any way you want, but for now, just to keep the math simple, I'm going to go 100. By the way, these fields in Blender take math, so you could say, like, if it was 50, you could say 50 times 1.25, right? And it'll add. Oh wait, maybe these fields don't take math. Oops, excuse me. 50 times 2. There we go. Yeah, something happened. Let me try that again. So if I go 50 times 2, 2 equals 100. Yeah. So like if you have another percentage you want to use, sorry for the bungling there, but so like if you're starting with 50 frames times 1.5, right? So you can put that math in there, that'd be 75, right? So if you want to do more complicated math, you could. So, but for now, just to keep it simple, I'm going to use twice the frames. Okay, so then that means this one, I got to go twice as long, so I'm going to speed it down to 50%. So grab that and squeeze it to there, and now it's 50%, and it actually equals the 100 frames. So now it's going to be slow motion. Right?
Princess Mika, my love.
Right? So there you go. So now it's slower. And now you still got the keyframes that are going to happen between 1 and 100. So everything will be in sync how you want it. So let's go and put a keyframe back at 100 for this guy. I'll just add a keyframe there. And the way it will work is make sure your timeline is set from 0 to 100, not 1 to 100. All right, and then you go back to here when you're done, and then with your cursor at 0, you just use the hotkeys. You go S for scale, and then 0.5, and then it will bring that one back to 50. Right, so now you've got that back all your keyframes that you do in the middle here that come back to 50, and then pop this back to 100%. I think you can actually add the value in there. Go to strip, retiming, set speed to 100. Excuse me, again. Set speed to 100. And there. I also made a keyframe. That's one thing I haven't been able to figure out why it does that, even though I had that keyframe set. So let's delete that one. Try this. There we go. Oh, no. There we go. 100. Okay, cool. So now we're at 50. And this thing's back to 100%, which is where it was. And now I can put the end to 50. And then it'll play in real time.
Princess Mika, my love.
Right? Okay, so now let's go back. Now that you got that, I mean, maybe you don't need to watch the rest of the video, but anyone else interested, I'll go through the process. All right, so going back to 50% there. Go back to frame 100 here. I'm going to delete that keyframe for now. So now I've got a 50% video or audio, right, set to 50%. That means it's half the speed.
Princess Mika, my love.
All right, so let me just hit some points here to make sure that this is working. All right, so go back to the beginning. We got that keyframe there, and the first dialogue happens here. Princess. So I'm going to take this mouth controller and move it back there a little bit. Move this keyframe up there, so it just goes print, right? So it's doing that. S is about there. So S. So I want the S sound there. So I'm going to go back to this controller and give kind of an S sound. S. And the mouth closes here. So. So. Gonna go a little bit there. See how that works. Yeah, I'm gonna slow it down a little bit because when I speed it. Okay, so it's not gonna be perfect. Just gonna do a quick sample of this. So we get. So it looks like I need to go for the E sound. Right? Okay, Mika. So I could go, I'll just delete that one. Mika, do the sound, oops. Do the sound. The phoneme, I mean. Okay. And then my. I'm going to hit the main points here, probably. That's what I should make. Okay, so my is around there. My. Maybe need to close first. Okay. My love is going to be like this more. Right. And then back to the F sound. And just for kicks, I'm going to throw the tongue in there. Let's see, I think, yeah. Okay, my keyframe there. And bring the tongue out a little bit.
My love.
Okay. And let's bring the tongue back.
My love.
Okay, there you go. So there's Princess Mika, my love.
Princess Mika, my love.
Not perfect lip sync at all, but I'm just trying to hit the points.
Princess Mika, my love.
I'm going to go back and just play around with that a little bit. It needs to come a little sooner.
Princess Mika.
I think I need more princess.
Princess Mika.
And on the S, I'm going to have it come out a little bit more. Like that. There's a bunch of controllers here that I could play with, but I'm just doing them.
Princess Mika, my love.
Right, so that gets us dialed in just to test this concept, right? So there we go.
Princess Mika, my love.
Right. Okay, so now that's that. So now we've got 0, and it ends on, what, 80? Something like that, right? Theoretically, that should come to 40, I think, anyways. So now I'm going to take and I'm going to scale these back. So with the thing at 0, I'm going to go scale 0.5, and yep, it brings it to 40. So now we scaled all of this. Okay, so now I got to take this and move it back to 100%. So we go and then bang, 100%. There we go.
Princess Mika, my love.
There we go. So back to 50 here. And then, so we didn't have to play with that. It didn't speed up or slow down. It's just using the timing setting there and the ability to scale keys.
Princess Mika, my love.
And I think that's pretty good. The only thing I would say different, that you could do different, is if you have, you know, the curve editor open and you're playing with a lot of curves, you might want to set it to step keys. Key. You might want to change it to constant, I think. Yeah, right, that's the one. Step keys is constant before you scale it. Maybe if you find you're getting problems with the graph editor. But by default, you know, it works okay.
Princess Mika, my love.
Right?
Princess Mika, my love.
So what I would do in the case of I was messing up with my curves that I'd set up, I would not be doing the high detail level editing on the curves. I'd wait till after. I would then go interpolation mode constant, then scale it back, then go back interpolation mode, you know, Bezier curves in that sequence. Instead of, so in case they would get bunched up, like if you have them twisted and turned in places, it might bunch them up unrealistically. But anyway, so there's how it works.
Princess Mika, my love. Princess Mika, my love.
Okay, that's it.